Oh, something that they haven't even played since Poison has been back. I believe they were playing this one with Yugi a couple months ago. So let's see, now that they've got their Bulgarian superstar back in the server, how much pain can they put down on Train? Because being that one map behind, it means we might have a long night ahead of us. First place in the group up for grabs, and on the pistol round right now, Rush will be into the utility kit and a smoke for him, USPs and Kevlar for the rest. And on the other side, well, it's going to be a P250 for Stown. And some utility for Tessus. Also two P250s. Shush has one as well.
The 1x bet odds are leaning very heavily in favor of Heroic. 1-8. As we start off our pistol and a little totem drop into pop. Oh, that's fun to say. Totem drop into pop. Oh, and for Config, it was just a little bit of a flop. Cadian does eventually fall. Fortunately, had his knife out and caught unawares. And we are now into a disadvantage for Danish defense.
Nice position here from JKS. Very hard to clear.
Certainly not a defense, though.
Okay,
Ooh,
never mind.
JKS loses his life. That P250 does equalize the range, and the exchange now equalize 4-on-4.
Giving up a kill to the Fakey boys. That's going to be a little bit of a problem here. Config searching for info, but they've slipped the net.
Oh, that's lovely. Quick click. 2 kills to his name. He might even find a third here. Stown, though, making his P250 look damn good. Just as good as Shush's. These kills are coming in quick and clean. Blame's lost his life to the P250 as well. It's a good angle for Rush.
They're going back to B.
Of course they are. Poison's actually trying to contest. Trying being the operative word. Oh my lord. Stown and Shush have just looked indomitable. Let's see if his P250 can look spicy onto Rush. Will he get across?
He will.
Ooh, nice done. Nicely done. Shush is close and caught unawares. Shot in the side of the head. His ears are ringing. Heroic running straight into the first.
Now, the P250s on the T side right there, that's the one way to level the playing field against those USPs, right? And having them dropped across, it means Kevlar for everybody wielding those bad boys. So Tessa's doing a great selfless job there because it was the P250s to get all the kills in that round.
Now, Chad, a fun mental exercise for you. When I talk about Heroic's T-side Train, is there anything that jumps straight out of the frontal cortex?
Well, I did note the other day when we saw them play, Stown was very lurky, grabbing some great timings on those Ivy smokes.
Ooh, awkward move. Did clip the side and now may get caught. Hasn't had a single bullet thrown his way. Nades as well don't seem to scathe. And Refresh takes down Poison early.
That was a scout gone as well.
Hello, Blame. Get out of Pop Dog, they say, with nades and flame. Why am I a poet today? What's going on?
It's because you went outside. You saw how beautiful the world can be.
I think that might have been it. Why don't I just do it every day?
Because we start early normally.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, the Deagle's threatening. The Scout, great. However, 3v5, not ideal, as Ivy seems to be on the menu here this evening. Stown, joined by Cadian, taking their time clearing this out, and well, it might just be the low buy, but they don't want to drop around like this, so completely retooling across the map here, Heroic, even having a look in towards the B bomb site. Tessus,
it's
just cutting that.
Slide, he reacts. JKS struggles to deal with the potential for upper at the same time, but this one is just falling by the wayside. Bloody hell, Stown is...
oh, he's nasty!
Yeah, he's looking like he went to the blacksmith, he handed his big heavy axe and he said, I'd like this as sharp as can be, please.
He's scary. I remember this kid back when he was on Fragsters. He was playing with his brother, Dragonfly was in the mix, I think Life.
Let me see this one, like this is just another day in the off. Oh, found you. Bloody Nora!
Yeah, it's a...
I think he's he's impressing himself.
Oh, dear.
Oh, they found themselves a sharp one over in the Heroic recruitment.
Yeah, he is a bit of a, well, I don't want to say revelation. He's been doing it for a while now.
He has.
He's a star, isn't he? As Ivy seems to be early contacts.
242 ADR as well. These are full HP kills he's been picking up.
Yeah, lots of impact over 2 rounds here. And, well, Rush, you pinned. P250, better than a USP.
I do like the partnership as well. Yeah, they've got that SMG to just get the info at a price, and now your expensive rifles are unscathed for this exchange. Oh, straight through the smoke.
Easy as you like, isn't it?
Look at the nades, the flames. There's no options. Absolutely no way in for complexity in this round. 3 Ivies to play, apparently. I say that. Config steals away an AK-47 and frag onto Refresh. already the hunt begins.
Yeah, they've already calculated this, and his footsteps will be heard. Cadian calling all of this. You can see his mouth moving there. And Config's just going to defend from T-spawn. How many can you take?
2. Or none. That works too. Complexity 0. Heroic converting off the back of their pistol. It's time to see what kind of CT side operations Complexity going to get up to here.
Yeah, and the AWP immediately coming out from Poison. Could get one dropped across for Cadian as well, but we have seen some funky buys where Heroic like to get the Mac 10s, or maybe they go more utility for an execute to establish the pace of the game they were looking for. Not a single defuse kit on play for the CT side, so if we find ourselves in a post-plant scenario, keep that in the back of your mind. JKS out yard. That leaves Poison to take all of the B contact with that AWP, so no orb to help them here, and Blame, he's going to be Molotov'd off. Early exchange. Poison to be pressured next. Very tight angle here.
Super tight. So tight.
Straight
In fact,
past him.
Tessus has thread the needle, and now Poison reacts, but there is a gap, and that is the trade. Tessus gets it in time. Now surging forward, taking space. He's onto the bomb train. Will dump the util to stop Blame swing, but he pushes through the smoke and down quick to react. Gives the advantage to Heroic.
Oh, Refresh is tucking back in. They don't want to take too much space up towards Connector here, but Tessus does.
He wants more, and he takes more by force. Eventually silenced, but the gag order's already been issued. Config and JKS to work their way back into the site. It's not easy to force down off of Oil, especially having the game he's had so far.
Remember, no kit.
Oh, and his timing on this flank could be perfect as Config pushes up, Stown pushes behind. JKS the same. Potential to be pantsed in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stown doesn't finish the job. Config doesn't have time though.
Yeah, just looking for damage here, but he needs to get on out of dodge. Orb cannot be recovered. Cadian even trying to lock off these rotations, and Config should survive over towards CT spawn. Bomb goes off. 4th round on the board. Refresh going down there with the C4, but it's not the end of the world, as now that they've strung 4 in a row, the bank has been built for Heroic, and they can take even more risks. Now that they know Complexity are operating with 1 saved rifle, you just have to identify where that is, go to the other bomb site, make your life as easy as possible. But this is a great start here from Heroic, able to convert the key rounds. The pistol, the force buy, and even the first gun round, sitting them in a very pretty position. Config doing what Poison did in the previous, going high ramp, going for that info. JKS will be with him this time towards the low ramp. Some Deagles bought in, utility 2. And Cadian looking for somebody who wants to peek on over stop. That is Blame. Takes a fight towards Connector, so they know where Cadian is at least. Config trying to vacuum back some space. Any info right now in these early stages to help the Deagles to be pointed in that right direction.
Look at Shush. He's just waiting for someone to swing out pop so he can fly up the ladder and get that info.
Yeah, naughty boy. Ladder movement can be really janky. These kids seems to have mastered it. And this timing on this push could be everything from Config here. The spoiler in the backlines. They were just watching this position. Nades fly over. Bombs coming out main. Config on timing.
Oh, he's quick. Config can twist this knife, but Refresh, hyper aware. Ready for more as well. There was an M4 on the floor. JKS yet to frag, and ooh, flying up the ladder.
Nade.
Refresh, or rather Rush, does well there. 30 HP remaining on his exchange. He holds down for a good spray. Cadian low, but not low enough. Tessus making things all the easier for Heroic, and it does start to dissolve for Complexity. Recovered AK. Tessus found. Shush, quick to deliver.
If he took down Shush there, look at the HP of Refresh and Cadian, 11 combined there. That round could have been very winnable for Blame F, but Heroic, again, they get another round on the board, 5 on the trot here, and Complexity will purchase on in immediately with double AWPs, and they're actually allowing Rush to do the secondary AWPing here on the CT side. Normally we see it as Config. JKS has done it in the past in some of his teams. They have a kit. It's going to be with Config. He's got the most money left over in residual. JKS opted not to buy one here. And now it's going to be over towards B. Looks like they want to hammer it home to the second letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, deja vu. Yanka was talking about their stubbornness on their T side of Mirage.
No rotation for JKS here. He's currently all alone on the inner site up towards high ramp. Here he comes. Poison, the Link player.
Your services are required, Sir Poison. They're going to try and get up in the bait and switch position. JKS holding low ramp, Poison holding his backside. He's just on the lip, won't be visible and can swing. And already successful on Poison's first. JKS holds his nerve.
That's completely
There's
open.
the flash, and he does get pushed. The smoke enables it. Refresh dropping in. Poison, another crucial shot. He's allowed to get away. Tessus is in, but a man disadvantage for Heroic.
Bomb's still in box holes. There's no commitment. Tessus has all this space. They forced the rotation from Complexity, and now they're pivoting back.
Yeah, they're pushing for the info. Config and Rush sniffing around. Trying to work this one out. Pushing through the smoke. I do love it. If he considers it, it might just fade and wait for that.
There's 3 players held here just by Tessus.
Yeah. And they pause, playing with Pop. And they've managed to get that completely unbeknownst to Complexity. This could be it. This could be the frag that determines it. I don't know if he's worked it out. I think he has. Books Tessus.
Yeah.
Poison's on the rotate now. And it's actually Rush who hits the shot, excuse me. Now Cadian missing his first and paying a heavy price. With 9 HP, it should just be flame.
Handled. Okay, it did get very, very messy there for a second. I thought when JKS wasn't swinging towards high ramp, is he blind, is he deaf? I'm not quite sure exactly what happened, but after Poison gets the first kill, the smoke's down. Maybe not expecting more bodies here.
So the smoke actually bloomed and was thrown as JKS got flashed, so he wasn't aware that Poison didn't have that line, and so, yeah.
Lots of chaos in that moment. Luckily, Poison grabs a second there, and then rushes AWP. It sings, and that'll be the first right now for Complexity. Money now being worked through from Heroic. They've bought in a big way. The full buy, the AWP, the AKs, all that util. Early nades exchange. Nobody, well, I was going to say taking too much damage. Cadian gets pinged on down to 70. And a bit of Ivy pressure. So let's see if Stown goes for these lurks we were highlighting.
Yeah, he was such a nuisance in the previous train we saw.
Pipped a couple of nasty gaps.
Connect to control for Cole. Cadian to try and relinquish that. Oh, this setup favors the CTs heavily. Poison's going in. He wants this line. He wants this fight. And he takes it by force. Tessus on the swing. Poison, no issue. Sends him packing. Deep smoke practically confirms. Great use of his utility there. Shush denies and gains control of Pop. They don't want to lose all of the facets of their control. And oh no, JKS has gone down inner. Refresh has full control B. That will force something out of the CTs, but they have the bomb, and Config will have relayed that information. It's not as powerful as it once was. Refresh, you'll have to do more, I'm afraid.
At least they have to worry about that flank through connector and CT spawn now, so eyes have to be drawn to that side of the map. And if Stown does a little bit of a Houdini mover right now, smoke down, trying to play in front of the smoke, is Config spamming through, gets caught, 3v3 now.
Powerful. Great use of that smoke to completely change the obstacles.
20 seconds, they're even going to pivot all the way back towards B. Refresh has been holding the site ever since that JKS kill.
This would be nuts. He's been there the whole time. I thought it was useless, but what do I know?
We're at Complexity right now. One player pushing Ivy, one in Olaf, one in Hell.
You don't think the bomb's still main, do you?
They've lost complete track of this.
Yeah, and the bomb will be planted with 1 second to spare. That is madness. All right, Heroic.
They're going to go a double or 3-man retake through box holes. This isn't going to end well.
It's not a fun combination of words. All right, there's a lot of money coming towards Shush. He readies himself, straightens his back, and converts the first. 2 more, he says. Time over-ticked. Surely you don't want to be losing both of those weapons, yeah. They have to cut their losses. They have to accept their fate. Heroic, turning it around. I was convinced with an aggressive maneuver, double kill from Poison, and still no round to show for it.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Complexity whatsoever. Remember, they lost their map choice in Mirage. This is Heroic's choice. And when you're giving yourself opportunities like this, with the bomb down, with utility, with the bodies, you cannot be losing a round like this. JKS goes down. He's now bottom of the barrel for sure, 007 to his name. Somehow, Stown is able to win that fight against Config, just making things awkward with a smoke.
And Refresh didn't overcook the pooch, you know, he didn't.
That's the one.
That's what they say, right?
That's definitely what they say.
Ooh, sweaty lineup. What are you up to, you weirdo? Let's see it.
I think that's the main smoke to deny the molly there. So that one smoke, what it should do is just indicate that there are players towards main, which we can see is a fake. They're heading over towards the B-bomb site, and they really want to punish JKS. The guy's yet to get a kill. It makes sense why they want to punish him. 12 ADR. Getting nothing done here, JKS.
And I mean, yeah, the Refresh wins that duel out solo before. Now he might try it again, knocking on the same door.
Look how active they are towards main and Pop still. The rotation from Poison getting in position, but JKS is going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, here they come. Already 3 have slipped the net. Oh no, multiple targets, 2 different angles. Does well for the first, an immediate trade, and now Heroic have flood into the site. A tag, not enough. Needs more lethality. Elevated. And a good chance onto Cadian into the elbow. Nade dunks on him. Now advantage, heavy advantage Cole. Refresh has been quite the star, and he continues to shine brightly here in the server. 2 frags. It's enough to make Shush tuck his tail in. Element of surprise is everything, as well as the group unity of Config and his leader, Blame F, losing his head. Now Config spotted out. Shush can play for time. Heroic are clutching up here, 2 versus 4, and it's the 2 new additions who do all the work. Shush and Refresh have taken control of Heroic.
This is just looking way too easy for them. Way too easy. Every single decision that Heroic are making at this point is working. Whether or not they get that opening kill, whether or not they get the space they're looking for, they're still able to pull stuff like this out of the hat, and you bang on. The 2 new boys, they're here to impress. They're getting it done in a big way.
Like if you're Heroic, you know, you're gonna have the game on. The higher ups at Heroic, you're gonna be feeling damn good with every round like that you see. Like, you've made a huge change. Like, changing 2 players of a team, that's colossal. Yeah. You know, I'm not very good at percentages, but that's some of it.
Yeah, to come out, to qualify in your first qualifier just a couple of days ago, to top a group in ESL Pro League like this, which they're only now, what feels like a few rounds away. A great way to make a statement that these changes were justified, they were needed. They're making Complexity look a little bit silly here. They'll buy back in. AWP for Poison. Famus is through in the mix. The max loss bonus. It's not fun to say.
No, but this is the 2 top dogs of the group. We're supposed to be seeing ferocity on both sides, but this is different. This is like a Rottweiler at a dog park. This is...
Well, this is a pure breed versus a mutt, I suppose, Alex.
Not great. JKS did find his first frag. And Blame will do well to find one of the double pop hold. Ooh, Config contributes in a very big way.
Nice shot there, and look at the damage done to Cadian as well. So low HP on the in-game leader with the AWP, probably the perfect weapon for the job. But now that they cut noise again, you don't know where Heroic are. You never know where Heroic are until the last second. Look where they go, and JKS again, all alone. Flashes, no stop utility by any means. He goes down without a kill. Could be another Heroic miracle round.
Everything points towards Complexity taking this one. A single kit for the retake, so if Heroic find a plant, the odds do shift. Oh, no. JKS again loses his head. Config steps up though. Refresh, you've been fantastic. You got anything more? Not today, not right now. Round 9 does go the way of Cole, and they needed that one. This is a compulsory round to convert. You can see what it's done to Heroic, and this is why. It should enable more. This is CT's side train we're talking about. You need to grasp for this control. They've been wrestling for it the whole time. Config did find a crucial frag here, and it wasn't easy to find. You can see it there in the replay. Poison secures it. 3 frags from Config, top of the table for his squad.
Well, Heroic have been left with the option here to either take multiple saves or go for an all-in on this one and then save in the next. If they can win this or keep it competitive, keep it expensive.
This would be a heartbreaker for Complexity. You're supposed to be having an easy one. Refresh doesn't quite get his ladder tricks off, and Tessis has already taken early damage, finished off neat and tidy.
Finally a clean round here from Complexity.
Config's the cleanup. There we go. Bucket in a mop. Sweeps him up.
Okay, well, there you go. So a convincing round from Cole, but what they need is, well, the rest. 8-7 on the half. That's probably not going to be good enough, but it's the best that they can do here. This will be the eco from Heroic now. They went all in with their limited money, the 1900 loss bonus coming on through, which means we will be seeing them take an eco. Now, it's up to them. Do they want to take the pace out of it? Because a lot of these rounds, it's felt quite quick. It's been felt dictated at their pace. If they take it off now and just go slow, bait out the utility like we see a lot of teams doing in modern Counter-Strike these days, that's going to give them a chance to talk through their next moves. Yeah, just seeing if they can get anything. Hanging out by the dumpster.
Stick of the dump.
Having a bit of a chat. It's our equivalent of the water cooler, I do believe.
What knife are you rocking right now?
I got 2.
Yeah?
I got the, actually I forgot.
Paracord?
I do have the paracord. I don't know, I bought another one. It looks like it has a bottle opener on it.
Couldn't tell you.
Rush, what's it called?
I actually can't remember. It's like the survival knife or something.
Yep. And Jeff Prost is the creator of that one.
Damn. Didn't know you were on first name terms. You just know him like that?
That was a reference I just made to Survivor, the television show, and the host.
Oh, okay, so I think about 3 of our viewers over 40 got that.
Shout out to you guys.
How one's for you? Inclusive broadcast.
Yeah, we try and, of all ages here, it's not just for the Zoomers. We even include the Boomers.
But for you Zoomers out there, there was a lit TikTok, no cap, last night.
I don't want to say anything, I'll just make it worse.
Yeah.
Okay, they've opted for that slow round I was talking about, so...
I think they're about to get ratioed, bro. Oh, he gets ratioed hard.
What else the kids saying these days?
I don't know. I don't have my finger on the pulse, bro. I don't have my finger on the pulse.
I did a TikTok the other day.
No, you didn't.
For ESL, I did
never done a TikTok.
I did a TikTok for the ESL.
Why was I informed? I've been looking at all the TikTok dances.
I didn't want to tell anybody.
Oh, I understand.
It wasn't a dance.
No, it's not like there's pride involved.
I don't know if it's on the internet or yet, but
one would assume so. If it's a TikTok, that's usually on the internet.
I just sent the video file, right? I didn't actually log into the account or anything. I don't know what the interface looks like.
You don't?
No. Okay, well, Cadian's going for one of these weird buys again. He hasn't opted in for a rifle. He's just gone for a deagle. This is allowing him to have an AWP in future rounds, but looks fast. Shush is out and dead.
Okay, first, an important frag found in round 12. This CT side needs to batten down the hatches. They need to convert a multiple round, a string of a couple. So far, they've established 3. This is up against the full rifles. He says, of course, Cadian is a compromise, and he's gone already. Config showing up tonight.
They're warming up now.
Oh, that was not far off. He won't get a second chance. Tessus is out. And Shush, it's actually Refresh. He's popped a gap.
Oh, not like this. He's completely passed. If he continues around the back line...
Who's under the...
Wait, was he spotted just then?
I think he might have been.
Oh, yep. Poison's just looked over too. They know where you are,
yeah,
Refresh.
JKS has worked it out as well. Okay, so the element of surprise is gone. This is going to come out with a bit of a whimper.
That was the main player too. I think it was Blame F who was close to the main smoke, just looked back and must have seen him out of the corner of his eye. Now Tessus. You can hear him around you. They're behind you, they're in front of you, they're everywhere. And Blame will get the kill. Tessus goes down. 5 on the board now for Complexity. So starting to warm on up, but they do need more. This is the CT side of Train. You can see here, Cadian now having the most. He did that Deagle purchase in the last 4.4 for him. So if they want Heroic, they could get him a Hero AK. Everybody else go for a partial. Maybe they could go for a set piece. Tessus is buying a smoke, so they're talking through their options right here, right now. Config there, your impact player of the round. He was getting tested over towards the B-bomb site with Rush on Mirage, and now on Train. Lots of action over towards main. Light util out. Sandwich smoke. Flashes just to keep them busy. Config's going to clear that, but we can see heading over to B quickly, and JKS currently on an island, rotation far away. May get a move on now, but yeah, Poison's picking main. Blame is the closest to rotate, but he's not coming anytime soon. JKS is playing retake now, so the bomb will go down for Heroic here if they're quick about this.
He deals with the first, but as you said, yeah, bomb will be planted. JKS has accepted his fate in that respect. Cadian, oh, great damage! Just throws wild ones into the smoke and a T-smoke to keep them with some territory. JKS has gone down. It could get awkward and
flank
fast. There is 0 flank. It's all coming from this direction. And I think that's a gamble that Heroic are taking willingly. Good stuff from Rush. Only Refresh on oil. He has that element of surprise. Quick shot to the back of the head. Needed that. Unfortunately, push from multiple angles and now already hitting shots. He's taken down Blame. The clock is ticking. They're running out of time.
Do they have it? Oh, only just! How did that get
Gracious.
so close? That was just the pistols.
Hindsight is 2020, but imagine if Refresh bided just an extra second or two on that first frag.
Ooh-wee.
Great shooting. Taking down Blame. He's ready for every fight, every time. Just about. Look at that, the top screen. Oh. My lord. Whew.
Could be one of the easy rounds there. Complexity do just get their 6th. And Heroic with the plan, well, the buy's their oyster. Last 2 rounds of play here. It's going to feel really good for Complexity to end the half 8-7, considering how this one started. And on the other foot, Heroic, if they can grab themselves just 1, they don't even need 2, just 1 to secure the half victory. 8 rounds. They'll be smiling ear to ear. Oh, comes out for Cadian now. It's felt like a lifetime since we've seen that in his hands. Refresh into the AK, just buying it a little bit late. Double AWPs out for Complexity now, and away we go. Those Ivy lurks with Stown we were talking about haven't really come on into play here, so showing a different look, Heroic.
Yeah, and they're going for these more aggressive early CT positioning. Look at Config and Blame just actively holding for main and pop and smoking onto that flame. Gives him control. He has been a crucial component in this restabilization of Complexity here in the first half.
I think Heroic have a plan here. They were just had a couple of players in the white halls up above Pop. As soon as main got smoked, they're immediately coming back. Maybe they want to try and pivot through Ivy, because when you play close main, close Pop, Ivy tends to be a weak point.
The gap we saw Refresh pip and then struggle to execute on.
So now we have 3 players over towards Ivy, potentially 2 late main. Heroic keeping their finger on these pressure points.
Smoke and Molotov.
You can see how awkward it is here for Config.
It could just be Stown, or it could be the entire Heroic squad. Here's the pin. Config's tucked in. He's in the right place to make huge impact again, but this time Stown gets the better of him. On the hunt for more. Rush caught. Stown double. Blame on E-Box. Needs 1. They double swing. It's just textbook from Heroic.
Oh, they make you feel so claustrophobic, and now Poison tucked into the back of the old bomb train here. All the work to do. The question is, give it a crack or go for the save. Neither feels great.
This isn't going to feel great. Ooh, he baited it with the barrel. Swings out for 1 onto Shush. If he gets Cadian, which is not to be, Cadian denying as he pulls the trigger and confirms 8 for Heroic's T side here. Now, it's not a map we've seen too much out of Complexity, and you can see that there have been some discrepancies when you compare Heroic's rigid executes there. Just double peeking out of main late, 3 going Pop, only throwing in the same amount of util 1 player would throw.
This is them immediately responding as JKS is trying to punish just some guns here, keep the money a little bit low. JKS ends up going down. How big was that shot, my friend? But yeah, you can see them just pressuring, right? Like our Ivy, how awkward it looked for Config, who was moments ago close main. He had just had to rotate back because Rush had taken that position with the AWP. And this is never a fun spot. Check the smoke to the left there where Stown is. That's the one you highlighted yesterday with Shush throwing it on top of the bin. So they're able to decide where they want to take these fights. If you know that main's taken, you throw that smoke, you smoke off back lines, you're able to push yourself into hell and just decide where you want to take the jewels.
You normally see people that use that red train to hold Ivy when you're not actively holding it, but you can't with that smoke down.
Precisely. Maybe we'll get Yanko to break that one down for everybody a little bit later.
That's a really good idea, actually. We'll get the best man on the job.
Wow, finally Complexity put pressure on this Ivy position. Don't want to be punished again, but guess what? Heroic are not here. No one is here from Heroic. They're in main, they're in box holes, they're selling a fake towards B, they're forcing rotations. Complexity do not know what is going on at all.
Indecision. Present. Tessa's naded heavily.
I think they were going to do a little bit of a boost over that smoke right there.
Could have been something to boast about.
Indeed. Jump spotted. No Blame's pinned in.
Rush. Huge. Catches Tessus with smoke in his hand.
Well, there's something. A minute on the clock. Ivy smoked off. They won't be heading back to that side of the map. Too little, too late to risk late Ivy presence
And you don't even have main at this time.
Yeah, and it looks like they want to just set up for like a 2-2 crunch, but maybe B might be a little bit better. We can see everything. Heroic, where do you want to win? They're talking this one through, deciding who's smoking where, deciding who's doing what. It's very back and forth.
Okay, so your standard smoke towards Ivy.
Should be connector, I think, from Katie in there, or front bomb.
More flames. Down chooses to push through. He actually pulls a frag out.
He's faking it.
Stood in the flames, trying to sell the fake. JKS is even in rotation, and look at the punish. Just as he comes out of his hidey hole, Refresh strikes. The bomb will arrive in time, and this round again goes from feeling like it was out of their grasp to firmly within the hands of Heroic. Refresh delivers another hot, steaming, surging into the site. What's he supposed to do now? Cadian takes away his teammate. Rush has got no options, no info. Refresh could be flanking, he could be right there lurking, and Cadian confirms it. Heroic snatch a 9th. Can Complexity answer back? Or is this the 2-0?
Hey Future Pros, today I enlisted the help of Chad Sponge Birchall to bring you all this train one-man execute to take Ivy. To do this mini execute, you will need a smoke, flash, and a molly. First, you will use your flash to stop any aggression from the CT side. Then hop onto this railing and jump over to the other side. This will make you much harder to hit when crossing. Once across, wedge yourself into this corner. Line up your smoke as shown and run a few steps and throw. After, hop up onto this railing, line your Molotov up with this light, then throw the molly. And just like that, you should be able to take complete control of Ivy in a very safe manner. Let us know how it works and good luck.
Yeah, with NA and CIS doing quite good at the recent events, I think it's kind of evened out in a way, but I think you kind of need to wait and see for the next few tournaments because, because it'd be one of those things where like they surprise a lot of the teams at one event and then the next event, a lot of the teams are aware of it and they're ready for it. I think like CIS is definitely a strong region. They have a lot of good teams. NA, I'm not too sure about because I think EG recently benched Ethan, I think, and Liquid seem to be the only NA team, right? So it's kind of hard to say. So it kind of really depends on how Liquid go at every event if you look at it like that. But I think CIS are definitely a really strong region right now.
EPL's 13th season, and it's a battle for the top A. The top two teams of Group A, and it's the last day of play for this one, and my god, is it heating up for Heroic. They post 9 rounds on T-side train. Complexity, less familiar terrain for them. Didn't do that one on purpose. Sponge is here with me, I'm Machine. We've got ourselves the second half commencing of the second map of the very first game today. We're playing them simultaneously. There is a B stream and C stream simultaneously running for the games to close out our groups. It is pretty clear cut though, Chad.
Yeah, winner of this one, top of the group, straight through into those play-ins, which will take place in, I think, about a month. Second place, they'll be in the playoffs as well, but they have to go through a bunch more best of threes. And if you go over towards that B stream, OG versus FPX, that'll be for the third spot in the group. Also will be seeing us in about a month's time as
Who do you reckon? Who have you got for OG FPX?
It's a tough one, isn't it? The new roster changes.
FPX look good against big at times there.
Yeah, well, they're currently 1-0 up OG, I believe, so
Okay.
keep your eyes on that one. As we keep our eyes on this, Complexity over towards the box halls. Utility on JKS and Rush. There's 2 smokes, a molly, and a flash. And, well, the rotation, of course. Heroic are reading this perfectly. Who would have thought?
Yeah, it does. It's one of the few teams it feels like they've got straight radar hacks at times. They're always gambling correctly.
Estus is pushing Ivy. Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
They come and
pulls it
B.
clear, and the smokes start to fly in. CT and Tia alike, they'll have to push through that. It wasn't a smoke. It is blooming now. And Stown swings out for 1. Oh dear, JKS makes a meal of that. Stown dines on 2. Poison into the site. P250, a lot of impact required, and he finds it with ease. Refresh brought to his knees. 2 on 3. This one's a big one for Complexity. Tessa's flank. Poison responsible. Just pushing on upper as well. There's going to be a lot of pressure onto that bomb train now from an elevated position. It's not a fun or favorable duel.
Here he comes.
Yeah, baited in to perfection. And just like that, Tessus secures a neat and tidy double kill. That's 10 for Heroic off the break with more of the same.
Tessus has to be happy with that because he got all the information. Ivy was clear, and traditionally when you're the player who does that, you don't see any of the action.
True.
And you rotate in, and you're like, all right, well, I set you all up. At least you get some kills out of this one. Now the P250, there was 2 of them on the first pistol, and Shush and Stown made those sing. Poison doing his best here to replicate what happened so many rounds ago, but Complexity with the bomb down, 10-6. They've gone for the force. Poison, AK Kevlar, Blame F. Maybe he might get that one. There must be an AK on the ground or something. Yeah, there is. Okay, so 2 AK-47s out, a couple of Deagles. 3 AK-47s, all right. An AUG, an M4, SMGs.
What are the ramifications of a buy like this going wrong?
Oh, a lot here. If Complexity don't get anything done right now, this might be game, set, and match. Stown aggressive. Stown scene 3.
That'll do. He's only got a decoy, but it might slow him down for his retreat. Just about. Gets around the corner, and Heroic have a boatload of information. I don't know if he caught the glimpse of the bomb, but it's certainly going to slow them down.
Stown's going to re-aggress on this, surely. You're going to be a bit of a space saver if you can with those SMGs. Get up close and personal now that you know you're against those AK-47s. They've smoked it off once. And just trying to play up close and personal, so using their CT-purchased weaponry to its fullest. The fact you didn't give up Ivy, the fact that you did so much damage to somebody like Blame F who has all that utility. Maybe a nade from Refresh could find his head in this mid-round and we'll lose him and all that utility. But they re-gear back towards the B bomb site where 2 players already have their feet. Feeties?
You sound like a hobbit.
Yeah, their footsies.
Footsies, there we are.
Well, Tessus to oversee things from oil with the AUG. Great weapon for the job. Shush playing a tight line with the MP9. He's going to wreck some heads here.
Oh, that's a cool inner Z-smoke. I'm guessing.
Oh, Rush is going through this. He's on his own. No one's helping you out, mate.
Straight in. He's forced Shush to be on a more defensive stance. The Z-smoke lands. It does isolate a little bit.
Oh.
Tessus is the only one man left. Configs hit some great shots. And he's low as well. Tessus is going to have to get out of there. JKS does convert, and yeah, Heroic lose control, lose the round. Complexity forced successfully.
Okay, well, yeah, the ramifications that you're asking about on this one, if Heroic picked that up, they got themselves 3 free AKs. They would go up against an eco of Complexities. We'd see them up to 12. They win that first gun round, that's 13. Complexity of the Force have to take an eco. You're staring down the barrel of potential 14-6.
Right.
So the fact that they grabbed this one, it's huge, and Config's even hunting, seeing if he can grab himself anything extra, punish this CT-sided economy more, because Heroic, they're going to play the Force by Wars. They'll purchase on in as long as they don't lose these 2. Refresh and Cadian.
I think he might have enough time for this.
Going to be rough to round this corner. Smoke to isolate the fight at least. And not going to get the kill. Not the end of the world. Config's team did win the round. They get that round win bonus. This is the fact that fight with Tessus, he felt a bit awkward, right? It felt like he was under more pressure earlier than he thought he could be. JKS with 2 hugely impactful kills coming out high round there to find his 8th. And the buy back. So M4, a couple of SMGs, Deagles are good too. Not easy rounds by any means. Blame F taking space, taking fights.
Good spray control eventually. He is toppled. Cadian keeps the trades equal.
Whoa. Config takes down Cadian. That's the M4.
Refreshes in a bit of a dire strait here. Rock hard place on Sandwich. He's hoping to fly off the ladder and scare rush. Whoop! Okay, scared him for sure, but don't think a heart attack is an effective means of picking up a round.
We might want to
have it.
Yeah, we might need to start writing the script in the other way now, because just as important as it was for Heroic not to lose that round, that's the previous I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The fact that Complexity grabbed this one against the reinvestment, the force buy of Heroic here is going to buy them a buffer as well. So Heroic will have to take a save going into the next. I think Shush is just going to either try and hold on to this or find something extra, but that's good from Complexity. Blame again with an entry. Remember, we were talking about him on T side of Mirage. He was starting to get involved in a lot more of those fights towards middle.
Yeah, if he wants something done, he goes and does it.
Yeah, no, I think we're seeing that with so many in-game leaders these days, right? It used to be you would send your pawns around the board and hope that they'd get the kills and you maybe come in mid to late. Feeling more and more now that the capability of some of these in-game leaders and their fragging ability is so high that they're all more than happy to get stuck into these type of fights early. Can Shush find anything? Good diffuse kill.
Oh.
Okay. That's $400 saved or $400 gained. 10 to 8. Will be that eco. Zeus for Cadian. Now, we've seen him have a couple of knives, haven't we, throughout Group A? It's been a bit cheeky. See if he can do it again here. Has a decent spawn. Might want to try and make his way out to Pop Dog. So let's stay on board with Cadian. Low ramp it'll be. I think his teammates all go towards Yard with those scary deagles. Poison onto his AWP. JKS with a passive molly. And yeah, this position, if Cadian does get anybody, might be able to find himself a kill, but it looks like he's being left alone. Circus tricks in the server here with a run boost. Those keen eyes of Stown have already spotted something, and he's going to drop on back. Or did he? There's no eyes on Ivy right now. Maybe he was a little bit too early on this rotation.
Gambling inner. And Shush, poor soul, is gone. It's actually kind of a taste of Heroic's medicine. It doesn't have the same smokes. It doesn't have exactly the same flavor. But Chad, I see you are giving me a nod of affirmation there.
Yeah, because we spoke about this over there on Mirage, right? The CT side of gambles of Heroic, and it always feels like they're in the right place. Well, this is one time where they made one of those reads and it didn't work. And you can see the stark contrast, right? Instead of having 5 players or 4 with the Deagles, Cadian on B with those pistols, they rotated a little bit early. But that's the thing. They have these inklings. They make these gambles, these risky maneuvers. And when they pay off, they look like geniuses. When they don't, it's like, oh, what made you go for that read? But that's the thing. You have to take the good with the bad. And Complexity will take the 9th.
With the smooth, this is going to be getting a little more rough. 3 in a row for Complexity, starting to nurture a little bit of their finances as well, with all 5 still equipped. In fact, look how little of their utility they threw. This is practically a free round.
Just a couple of updates from the B and C streams right now. Over on the B stream, they're in their second map as well. The first map went to OG. Currently, FPX are leading 12-2. If you take a look at the C stream, that is the dead rubber, as we call it, the game that has no ramifications other than a couple of EPT points. Renegades successfully picked up their first map.
Oh, good.
So they managed to win Inferno. It's the map we've been seeing them consistently pick. They won 19-15 over there. On
Alistair had like a crazy amount of opening kills.
It was insane. He was involved in like 17 or 18 opening duels throughout that game last time I checked.
That is nuts. But yeah, FPX, they had a crazy comeback against Big Clan. And now are competing for the 3rd spot in the group. And that's the important spot. 3rd is the breakpoint for qualification. Next stage of competition. FPX coming back from a 6-13 deficit on Nuke.
This is looking very much like a Complexity round. However, Cadian with that AK.
Oof, hello, good to see you again, Config. He was a crucial component of their defense. He kind of turned it on to make a competitive half out of everything, and it's just the Danes so far. Blame and Config securing this round. A hero AK for Cadian, and wow, great reactions. He is
dropped on the train.
In a position where he could perhaps catch another.
It's a bit awkward here. No one there to fight him, but yeah, with that position a bit more exposed, bomb will go down. Trying to get the bullets in under the train, Anders will be proud, but he's down. He can do something with this. If he clears his hard right.
Blame's watching.
Oh!
He hits the shot. Config immediately trades in the same second, the same frame. And they know where he is. You can see Casper kind of accepting his reality there.
Yeah, it's one of those rounds where you kind of want to go for it. You know you're going to be buying next round, but that AK saved on through is going to...
Config's got him. Booked him. Hard shots, but makes it look easy. 3 in total for him this round, and that's the 10th. We have a completely even keel. We're smooth sailing right down the middle, 10-10.
Config really has been the standout factor for Complexity in this map so far. Obviously, a lot of his aggressive plays towards main that you were highlighting, but 22 kills, I think that really tells the story. Blame's got 13 for Poison.
You can tell a lot about a man by the size of his water bottle, chat.
Okay, well, he looks hydrated.
And that's important.
I hope you are. Double AWPs now. Stound's got one. Cadian with the primary. Harassment here from Blame as usual, slowing down that sandwich reconnaissance mission as JKS tested.
Oh, you are dead, man. Tessus. Death sentence as a nade and a bullet arrive in unison. Poison, look at the speed. Look at the momentum. And now looking for the disrespect. Pushes up.
Going back to B here. So
they're in. They're already in. Cadian's hit 1 on the backlines. That's the bomb loose. That will slow them down. JKS for retrieval drops the smoke. There is an aggressor in rush. Shush to check it. And great shots from the American. Cadian, he bided his time, he misses his shot, a new lease of life now for Rush.
Bomb's going back, but there's a flank.
It is all down to Refresh. He may have the perfect timing to deny this. He has the sound cue. You can see he immediately relays that info. A missed tag. Okay, there's a chance.
This is getting wild.
Okay, my God, he tagged him back. Now finishes with a P250. Refresh can't deny immediately, but he can find now. The swing from Blame should be there. And that's the end of that. My God, back and forth. The Fakey boys getting a taste of their own medicine. Complexity pull the ripcord and get the hell out of B.
They've taken the lead as well, 11-10 now. Money in question for Heroic here, and this starts to get interesting. It was looking like a Heroic 2-0, a quick one for the evening. But now, Complexity really starting to turn it on here, and that first shot from Cadian was great. That miss could have been the difference maker there, as Refresh's flank always felt like it was just 1 or 2 seconds too late. We'll go for another one of these partial investments. Lots of partial buys so far from Heroic here with these pistols. The Deagle's not singing in the way they'd like. Cadian tucked up behind the server. Has assistance, has been baited in. Config clear his corners. Oh, heard the totem drop. Does not want to get involved in that one.
No, that's funny. Exclusively audible. Config.
Clear. Doesn't matter.
Reacts in time. JKS lines up the aggressors. Stound's Deagle doesn't go too far either, and there you have it. Shush might catch that just a little bit too early. And he's just hoping for a gift in the form of a frag. Poison did jump over to planting the bomb. That was perhaps the closest he's going to get to an opportunity. Config is on his hunt, and I think he's pretty damn set for this one. Whoa, great shot from Shush. That might be an AK. He might try and retrieve that. A whole mini game within the game established. Blame. Ooh, puts his head in the vice and Shush clamps it shut. AK found. He's fighting tooth and nail for this round. Poison realizing that there is a little bit of jeopardy on the horizon.
Both left the bomb?
No kit. I mean, let's not stress out. He's not going to win the round, but he's done more than we could possibly have expected it. 30 seconds ago, it looked like it was going to be nothing more than a config frag. Now it's an AK, and it's 2 more for Shush's name.
Yeah, well, this is very, very interesting now, what the response could be out of Heroic, because looking at this second half, they've only managed 1 round. So there are real problems here. The defense is being pipped across the board. They're losing Jules early. We saw JKS own Tessus with that molly nade spam through the boards combo. Poison out-AWPing Stound over on Ivy as well. How are they going to mix things up here, Heroic? The avenue to be aggressive on this CT side, there are plenty. Into Pop Dog, take main control, maybe pick high ramp. Have an aggressive walk up the low ramp. Ivy pushes. There's a lot available.
Double AWPs. Often that Ivy aggression can be ignited when the double AWPs are pulled out, or at Brown Halls, as you've highlighted. Those are 2 options when you do have that CT setup. Go for those info pushes. Ivy, call it clear. Suddenly you got all the right pieces in the right place. Let's see how this one shapes up then. There's a lot of money in the bank for Complexity. This, if you were Heroic, if you got your jersey on in your living room and you want to see success here in the second, you really are banking on a clean CT round here. You want to see them take all those guns away, keep all of their hearts beating. And that's just dream scenarios. Otherwise, Complexity are going to start running away with this T side. They already have. Ooh, flashed off. Cadian pulls the trigger. It's shy of the mark.
Oh, they'll know where that AWP bullet was fired now, so okay, 1 AWP over.
Making a play for Tessus. He's one of those Pop Dog nerds, though, and you can see his immediate reaction. He doesn't even take a lick of the flame. Evades all the nades. and still maintains a degree of control.
Oh, Config. There's so much room for him right now if he just tucks on in.
Shush made noise. And with the smoke, Config is given a little bit of an opportunity to start to move.
There's a bit of a gap.
There is
on
a
that
gap,
one.
but I don't think he cares. And now, despite the flashbang, it was awkward. Poison still pulls the trigger before vision's restored.
Oh, no.
Config backtracks, making it really uncomfortable for Heroic. They've already lost 2 men.
They're locked out and they have to save. Config's tightened the door over on Ivy. Where are you going to run away? You mentioned the bank. They can chase. They can hunt.
Yeah, he'll go down. Mission accomplished. Spells trouble for Heroic, just trying to keep hold of what they brought in. Ivy's off in the safe haven. Pigeon. There used to be pigeons there.
Used to be able to fly on them as well once upon a time.
That sounds like it was intentional.
I think you could actually fly off the map.
Do you see this new Molly bug with the skyboxes?
I saw it on Reddit. I didn't watch it.
Really interesting. I don't know what the legislation's going to be in whether or not players start throwing them.
Okay, I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, because basically there's this whole question, like really great video. Like, I wish I could credit the creator, but I believe you'll find it on Reddit if you're interested in looking for it. But he explained where this bug has come from and why it's happening. And there's a reason. Basically, mollies explode 5 seconds after throw, or 2 seconds after throwing them.
Okay.
But if there is floor within 180 units or whatever it may be, it explodes. The only exception is that if it's a skybox. And so what these people have found is these really nerdy lineups that when that 2-second check is made, there's a skybox, so it just keeps sailing.
Okay,
You can molly from overpass long to B site.
We used to have that problem back in the day. That did exist within the game. Was problematic then.
Okay.
Is problematic now. Katie, and that isn't a statement right there. 2 big AWP kills. Poison and Blame fall. We're wondering where the CT rounds were going to come from. You want to know how that AWP was purchased? That was made possible because Shush dropped him an AWP last round. It gave him enough money in the bank balance to reinvest into another AWP this round, so Stown and Katie can be able to go the double AWPs. Immediately working, finally, for this CT side, because they needed something heroic.
They only have the pistol to show for their defense so far. It is currently reads 7-1 to Complexity in our second half. Their T side has definitely not been one to be laughed at. And now, they're going into a 3 versus 2 on inner. Shush deals with the first. Crossfire established. Config and JKS combine for a double. And it enables a plant. It forces them into a retake. If they can turn this on its head, we are talking 3 maps, baby. Config hunting. He wants to make it awkward, and it's double AWP retake. It's not fun. Cadian loses his life. Quick trades from Stown. Oil's a threat. He's jiggled it. JKS in jeopardy. What are you to do? He hears the other. He knows where they're coming from. Has to adjust, and he does just in time. Justin Savage. Stown upgrades to the AK for the hunt. Oh, and he hits every damn shot. The Australian blazes into a 14th for Complexity. They're reaching max money. They're rolling in it. And Heroic in shambles. A double kill, reminiscent of the Poison round. He finds 2 in main, still loses to the hero play. Look at the adjustments from Juzzy.
Great stuff. Absolutely great stuff there. That's another clutch for JKS in this series. Had one over a Mirage, was in vain. This one helping Complexity almost seal the deal here. Might be throwing the towel in soon. Double AWPs out again from Heroic. Not going to be able to invest in these too much longer.
He's going to go for it. Poison's not looking, and he does just split the difference straight down the middle. They're going on this. They're continuing to move forward. Cadian needs to find a safe haven for his fight. They're in, already in. An important duel. Shush can't find safe haven now. It's all onto the loose bomb. Cadian's hoping to hit this shot, and he has. It enables a bit more of a defense now. Blame's pushing smokes. This is getting sketchy.
He's looking.
And he's converted it. Awkward for Heroic now. The bomb planted. Stown unannounced. Jiggle. Perfect. Poison punishes. 15 for Complexity as the bomb ticks away. Refresh tries to regain some control, but Blame denies. We have it. 15 on the board. A map not so often seen from Complexity, but clearly they've been doing their homework.
Just insane how this game started, right? It was blistering out the gates from Heroic here. They were looking great on that first half. Now they've only managed 1 round on their CT side, just 1. And this is their map choice after all. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Nuke up next.
Ooh.
Looks more than likely.
I'd really like to see a Heroic versus Complexity nuke, to be honest.
Lots of little tidbits to dig our teeth into with that map if we do get over the line with one more round required. There they are in the boot camp. Final words exchanged, final buys come through, and it does not look good. Hodgepodge at best, Eagles, SMGs, a Famis at the high end. Utilities there, kits are there, but Complexity are looking clinical right now.
Good to see Heroic tested here, the top dog of the group. We wanted to see resistance, didn't feel like it at times on Mirage. Didn't feel like it at times on Train. What a swing we've seen. Back and forth, the pendulum swings. Cadian tested on Pop. Good moves, though, from JKS. He gets himself out of trouble.
Sorry, what?
Line through the smoke. There was not a bullet fired. Poison, Config, everyone's just hitting everything. This is Complexity hitting a new level and just running towards Nuke. They won the third, and they've taken it by force.
They're playing very confident Counter-Strike now. That's a good shot from Refresh, but it's not really going to offer them a lot. B's open.
Yeah, if he kills Config, I mean, we could have a conversation. Unfortunately, for Refresh, it's not quite worked out his way. Shush to clutch to keep Heroic's dreams of the 2-0 alive. It's denied. 16. We go the distance. We will see Nuke